Welcome to this quick tutorial on setting up quantity breaks. We begin by clicking on Create Bundle. Next, we select the Quantity Breaks option and click on Create. This leads us to a page where we can choose templates for quantity breaks. While selecting templates, there are a few considerations to keep in mind. If you have product with variants and want them to be displayed as swatches or labels, or if you want to include free gifts and add-ons in your quantity breaks, choose Template 1. If you prefer your variants to be displayed as dropdowns in a compact format and want to include add-ons and free gifts, go for Template 2. If your products don't have variants, choose Template 3 for a horizontal layout and Template 4 for a stacked minimal layout. You can also change the colors of the layouts to match your theme. Yes, it's possible to change the theme of the quantity breaks. You can even add colors that match your brand colors. Let's start with the first template. The first screen that appears lets us choose where we want to place this offer. Do we want this offer to apply to all products? All products in the store, excluding a few? We can choose to exclude certain products if we want. We can also choose some specific products for this offer, or any specific collection. For this demonstration, we'll choose specific products to apply quantity breaks. Now that we've chosen the products, we need to decide on the discount type. We need to consider whether we want to offer a percentage off on the quantity breaks or a fixed amount discount. For this example, we'll opt for a percentage off. You may ask, what do we mean by a percentage discount? This could be, for instance, a 10% off. Or for a fixed amount discount, you might offer $20 off if 2 items are purchased, or $40 off if 3 are bought. Once we've set up our first deal, let's say buy one, we need to determine the discount. If you decide not to offer a discount, that's fine. You can easily change the text or even add a subtitle. Let's say you want to add a title. For instance, buy one and get something. You could create a tab here, labeled Quick Buy. You could also add a label, perhaps one that says no discount here. You have the option to add a recommended tag, a most popular tag, or any other tags of your choice. You can also choose to upload images. This could be particularly useful for quantity breaks. For instance, instead of these radio buttons, you could opt to use images. All you need to do is click on to drop an image. That's how simple it is. Next, we have free gifts functionality and add-ons functionality for it. We'll cover this in the next tier. For example, Tier 2 could be buy 2 and get 15% off. You could use this as your title. You could also have a label text that says 15% off. So as you can see, you have multiple options for customization. We have a tag labeled Recommended. Let's change it to Most Popular. We also have a subtitle stating you save 15. We can modify the subtitle or simply remove it altogether. We can also shorten the title for better readability. Now, let's add an image here. We are given an option to select the default tier. For instance, we can set the second tier as the default selection, as opposed to the first one. When the second tier is selected, your customers will have the ability to choose variants for each option. They can select variants, such as colors and sizes for both the first and second options. For instance, they might choose extra small for the first option and large for the second one. Upon clicking 3, your customers will be presented with the option to choose their preferred variants for each of the 3 options. We also have add-ons and free gift functionality. If a customer purchases 2 items, they receive a free gift. Let's click on Add Free Gift. Then we can select the product we want to offer as the free gift. For instance, suppose we want to add a free gift to this tier. Our free gift would be added here, and we can choose the quantity. We can add more free gifts, which would appear as a free gift included here. We have a few configurable settings for free gifts that can be found under Additional Configurations. Here we can decide if we want to show the original price of the free gift. Next, let's talk about the add-ons feature. This feature works as an upsell. For example, if you buy 2 products, you can add a third product to your basket at a 10% or 20% discount. To use this feature, simply click on Add-ons. For example, we can choose 2 products for add-ons, select the quantity, select the type of discount we want to offer, fixed amount or percentage, and decide the amount that we want to offer on this product. We can also add a title. So our add-ons are set. Here, we have added add-ons to the second tier. The description reads, add-on at get 10% off. Let's start with adding a title. We can choose to keep it selected by default or unselected. Moving on to add-ons, this is where we can select or unselect options to improve our order. You will find additional configurations in the add-on settings. We can choose to display add-ons only when a specific tier is selected or all the time. Next, we have discount settings. Here, we can decide whether to combine them with other discounts running in the store. We can also combine it with product-specific discounts or shipping discounts. We have the flexibility to decide which discounts we want to combine with the quantity breaks, be it order discounts or product discounts. Now, let's move on to subscription feature. We can enable these, and the widget would look something like this. We can provide an option for one-time purchase and subscribe and save, along with frequency options for those who want a recurring order. We have 3 different layouts for subscriptions: a vertical layout, a horizontal layout, and a simple subscribe and save option. We can choose to place the subscription either above or below the widget. This gives us the flexibility to customize the layout according to our needs. We have an option to change the text. There are a few settings available. For instance, if you want the subscription to be default, or if you want to fetch only common selling plans among the variant subscriptions. For example, it's important to note that the subscription widget will only be visible on the products that are included in a subscription group in any subscription app. Now, let's move on to the display settings. For instance, if you don't want to show your color as a label and prefer it as a swatch, you can change it to a swatch. Similarly, if you don't want the size to be displayed under the labels, you can adjust that as well. So, if you have colors and don't want them to be labels, you can switch them to swatches. You also have the option to add an image. By default, it takes the image of the variants, but you also have the option to manually upload an image. If you desire to display your size not as a dropdown, but rather as a label or swatch, that's possible. Simply select the label option and hit save. Your changes will be immediately reflected, as you can see in this live preview. Next, you can choose to display an image here. You can opt to showcase individual variant images, which will change as you alter the variants. For instance, if you switch the variants from red to green, the variant image will also change to reflect this. This feature allows for the display of individual variant images as they are selected, but you also have the option to remove them if you wish. There are additional settings available to further customize your display. You can choose to show the Compare at Price, display out-of-stock options, and even show the price per item instead of the combined price of multiple items. Moreover, there is an option to hide the theme variant picker. As we allow customers to select the variants from here, the theme variant picker can be hidden for a cleaner display. These are just a few things we can adjust. If you want any changes in the look and feel of the widget, or if you wish to alter anything related to its appearance, it's all possible. Should you wish to customize the look and feel of the widget, including its size, font size, color, models, radius, and height, simply click on the Customize option. Here you can adjust a variety of parameters such as borders, border colors, background colors, border width, border radius, and text settings. You can also tweak text alignments, colors, font weight, font colors, font size, widget settings, and settings for different variant options. Whether you prefer swatches, drop-downs, labels, or image sizes, you can adjust them all to suit your preferences. If you want to include any custom CSS, you can do so here. Now, let's take a look at how our bundle appears on the storefront. Viewing the bundle gives you an idea of how your widget will look. It will automatically position itself on the individual product page, right above the native Add to Cart button. If you select Buy 2 or Buy 3, you can choose your variants and add your selection to the cart. Should you wish to select or deselect add-ons, you can do so, and even receive a free gift. After adding your items to the cart, your products, along with my free gift and add-on at a 10% discount, are added to your total. Should you encounter any issues with the widget, such as visibility issues or problems with the quantity breaks you've set up, you can report the issue and we'll be there to assist you. Please feel free to reach out if you require any assistance.